What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. Happy Tuesday, March 23rd. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope that you're getting by all right. It's springtime here in Wisconsin, which means we'll probably have a foot of snow next week, but I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Now, I've been covering this AstroTurf campaign to deplatform YouTubers, and things are picking up. That's right. The mainstream media is now getting involved. This is an important catalog. My coverage of it, everyone else's coverage of it, the Twitter coverage and collections by people like Data Racer. This is important historical information for when we ultimately have one of our fellow YouTubers get deplatformed, and we want to go back and look at the autopsy and figure out how they did it, because it's quite frankly working. Several videos have also already been removed with mass flagging campaigns to have an entire channel of several people removed. And it's disgusting. It's frightening as a YouTuber. I'm not afraid to say that. It is scary because the facts don't matter. This is what I've been talking about. The one YouTuber who had their video removed was making a sarcastic comment in response to an even more absurd one. They cut out the context, submitted the clip to YouTube, and YouTube took the whole video down. It's very frightening. This is why I push so hard for, my Subscribestar, because eventually YouTube's going to prove that they don't care. If you haven't backed me yet on subscribestar.com/thequartering, it'll be in the pinned comment. Please do make today the day you consider backing me. A couple of bucks goes a really, really long way in securing the channel going forward. We've seen this narrative, which started out as a complete verifiable lie, which was AstroTurf, meaning provided inorganic growth by a group of about 200 people. Now that group has grown to about 1,000 people. How are they doing it? How are they growing? Well, what they're doing is picking a few targets that have a lot of people that already don't like them, starting a new campaign to deplatform them, and along the way grouping in anybody who's ever been criticized by my fellow YouTubers. For example, I see the follower list of this particular account of losers continuing to grow every day. For example, Zombie Kills follows them now. Why do you think that is? Could it be that Zombie Kills has an axe to grind with me? Yeah, probably. Okay, so everybody named in these ridiculous articles are, their haters are assembling on this one particular timeline. This account has gone from just 300 followers to nearly 2,000. And you would be shocked and appalled by looking at the list of who follows them. It's a who's who of anyone who's ever been criticized by me or Geeks and Gamers or Jack Posobiec or Paul Joseph Watson or any of these people. Anybody who can see an opportunity to deplatform somebody who's been critical of them, they likely follow this particular account. This particular account has accused me of doxing them, which of course I did not do. In fact, there is evidence that this guy who doxed RR, he refers to the Phantom Menace as, quote, tards, and seems to be saying that they weren't the ones who did the dox. And you can see this was posted, Sunday at 5:36 a.m. My video did not come out until Monday. Of course, the truth doesn't matter, and that's the most frightening part about this, because we can see Variety Magazine. Hey, you've always loved, and by the way, you can recognize these Raylos by the blue butterfly. Hey, Variety, you've always liked covering Star Wars and cultural trends. Perhaps you might want to cover the story of data analysts who exposed the Phantom to alt-right pipeline and has accordingly been the target of doxing, threats, and misogynistic attacks. Gamergate haunts us all. These people are master manipulators. And sure enough, Wired, an account with 10.3 million followers, replied directly saying, "Thank you for flagging the story. We will share it with our editorial team." It's working. They're going to get several hit pieces written based on fabricated evidence. The article that these people wrote is pure hokum, absolute garbage. The idea that there is a quote unquote alt-right pipeline, I don't know which YouTuber you might be able to attach that to. Certainly not me. Certainly not Geeks and Gamers. You know, I don't understand. They just say things, and because they put a bunch of data around it, and it's so long that people are like, I don't have time to read this. It must be true. That's literally how it is. That's why there's been this big rise in bread tubers who do like 45-minute response videos to like my 10-minute video. They know that, first of all, nobody's going to invest an hour to watch them blather on about it. And certainly I'm not going to make a response video to their 45-minute video. I just don't have the time. So their narrative goes unchecked. Similarly, when you have a 100,000-word essay written, there's all sorts of data. It looks well-researched, but anybody who takes 5 seconds to look at the actual data that they put in can prove that it's superficial at best and at worst completely fabricated. But it doesn't matter because now Wired Magazine is paying attention, Polygon, Kotaku, and if you look, there is a now mass calling on Star Wars. Hey, Star Wars, are you ever going to acknowledge and denounce coming from real fans you cater to, or is it going to be radio silence as usual? Everybody calling on Star Wars directly, and it's pathetic. There is absolutely no information linking, as far as I've seen, any of these YouTubers to some of the terrible things they've said, but that won't stop them. All my private information and that of a former Lucasfilm employee are now on a website known for publishing materials related to something terrible that happened. See how easy this... I mean, I think I want to start a parody SJW account just to show people how easy it is. I might just do that. I might just start one of these parody accounts and just show how easy it is to control these drones. To Star Wars and the community, how many times must it happen until we address this for what it is? Exactly what is it? Now, nobody, I would not, obviously anybody who watches my content knows that I am, you know, in terms of releasing people's private information, unless absolutely necessary, it should never happen. This goes for all media. YouTubers, Twitter, and all this stuff. Now, the person behind Rewriting Ripley, one of them, Katie, you know, she had released lots of people's private information and had made assertions about our financial, you know, earnings, our financial information, has spread heinous lies, and has caused direct financial damage to many YouTubers. And though in that case, I don't have any problem with their information being released. I've got to be honest with you. Because people need to know where this inorganic push is actually coming from. But, you know, that's like a 1 in a million case. In almost any other case, I would completely disavow and do completely disavow it. But if you look just how hilarious this is, you know, all this, everyone taking Star Wars. Sad thing is Star Wars has been aware of this for years. Yes, Lucasfilm made it clear that those are the type of fans they want. They're going to tag in Star Wars eventually, and what's going to happen is Star Wars is going to make a comment. Now, it's easy to sympathize with somebody who's putting their, you know, who's been doxxed. Obviously, it's, you know, but that's the whole point of their grift. Here they have another out of context edited video that's an obvious joke being posted by Jenny Nicholson, who I don't know who they are, but I can see they're followed by you know, several lefties with 200,000 followers, saying that, you know, a particular YouTuber wanted to end Ray, what is this, Ray Fisher. I mean, it wasn't anything serious. You see, Jack Posobiec has been following the events around this pod from the beginning. And in case you had any doubts how threatened these people get when you address who they really are with facts and data, we had less than 150 followers at the time of this article launch. This is, there's some fallacy, I don't know the name of it, but that's exactly what this is. Like, the idea that you're getting more followers, what is it, the ad populum, whatever. Just because you're getting more followers doesn't mean you're correct. A lot of people are following your account who are a part of the Fandom Menace and want to be aware of what you're up to. Plus, you're also appealing to people with an existing hate for a lot of these particular YouTubers. There's a whole community of about 500 basement-dwelling, cat-food-eating losers that have been endlessly harassing and posting verifiable lies about, well, people like myself. I don't give them any shine on these videos, but you know who they are probably. They tweet about me every day and it gets hundreds of retweets and it's almost always complete BS. You know, at the end of the day, it's really hard to sympathize with you, especially when you've called in Wired Magazine. And you see articles like this. This is a defensive article. If you don't like Disney Star Wars trilogy, you are probably all right. But that's exactly what these people are saying. I need people to really, you know, get this message out there. We need to combat this at the social media level. We can't just let them see. What they do is they block anybody who dissents. So, you know, when Wired Magazine replies, you know, like, this needs to be full of other people replying to Wired saying, actually, this is bull, you know, Rewriting Ripley is a well-known alt-right group, as I mean, that's all what I heard. But, you know, saying like, there's two sides of the story, this data is incorrect, but nobody is watching and nobody is refuting this. So Wired's just going to say, oh, well, this article from these weirdos must be correct. This is a very dangerous game, and I must admit that I am scared. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.